Good morning, guys. This is John, your host on Mgtow is Freedom. Mgtow is men going their own way. And it's your choice, man. You're the man. You have the penis. You make the call. Right? Going your own way. That means abandoning society's rule, decision that they want to make for you. Right? How they want to tell you how to do it. And you're not smart enough and you don't get it. So they're going to help you out, right? Have they helped you out? The answer is no. Decidedly, right? No. No, in fact, they've been screwing us, men. So now you have a choice. You understand, right? The truth is in front of you. You can examine it and accept it as truth, verifiable fact, or you can say it's a lie. Or you can say it's the truth and choose not to participate as Mgtow and just keep the yoke around your neck. You know, it's all about your choice. You're a man. Go your own way. So, you know, is this something I've made up? You know, is this the story of John and John's secret dream to run a cult of anti-feminist males? No, it is not. Right? That's not what this is, right? So where does this come from, right? Well, when you accept Mgtow and you're a masculine man, you feel it, man. Balls to your bones, right? It's all the way in your bones. You can fucking feel it. But there's more than that. You don't just naturally know. It came from somewhere. You know, what do you feel in your bones? You feel your ancestry, right? You feel it. So our ancestors understood, and while they didn't use the term Mgtow because they didn't have to, they did understand the purpose, the place of masculinity, the purpose and place for women. Everything has its purpose. Nothing is made without purpose. So what did they say, right? How did they do it? Well, how can we, in fact, understand what they used to think? Well, you can go right to the writings of Socrates and other philosophers who discussed, right, the way things were, right, what they thought, the wisdom they possessed, right? Men are men, women are women, and the two have very limited dealings with each other. Limited dealings. So what I want to do is I want to examine just a couple of areas where we still see a difference and we can still understand why. So let's start with construction, right? Construction, building things. As a general contractor, I never, ever worked around women building a house. I know there are women that are carpenters, right? And I know there's women that like to eat pussy too. They're called lesbians, right? But you don't see them on a job site. I've never seen a woman carpenter. I've seen women who do finished carpentry or talk about working on stuff, but in the building trades, like day in, day out, in the sun, beating shit together, no women, right? Why not? It's physically demanding. It requires an adherence to studied and practiced principles, right? As much intuition as I have, that is used for drawing the house, for designing, right? But when it comes to building, there are practiced principles. I don't want to get off on that aside. Okay, so I'll stick with this. No women in construction. There's a reason. Physically, they can't do it. It doesn't suit their mental desires, their feelings they have, right? It doesn't, they're not satisfied by it. It doesn't appeal to them. They're not there, right? I'm sure they'd like to be because that's a man's world they like to get into, but they're just not there. Another area we're going to look at is the army. Okay, that is a force of people, a powerful, large unit. Women are not part of that. They were not in times past. Now they are. And we can see as soon as you bring them in, the problems inherent with it. Number one, physically, they cannot perform and do the job. In order to allow them to pass minimum standards, the standards have to be lowered. And in doing so, you create a weaker fighting force. And this goes for the Marine Corps as well as the Army, or any standing army anywhere on the planet. Even ask the Israelis. They have videos on the subject. Incredible what they do, destroying themselves, trying to bring women into the military, the ground force. Right? It is an atrocity. It's an affront to the philosophy and the purpose of fighting. And yeah, there is a philosophy to fighting. Okay, so let's look at what other problems are there. Physically, they cannot do it. Mentally, women are not capable of dealing with the combat situation, the stress, day in, day out, someone trying to fucking kill you. It is stressful, right? Not only do you have people in front of you coming at you, killing you, you got people trying to stab you in the fucking back. Fact of life, fact of military, right? The other part is men naturally wish to protect the weak. Men see women as weak, and in the military, they will try and protect them, and it can cause problems, has caused problems, still causes problems. Still, whether or not someone's fucking that woman, she is a problem. Big problem. Why? Because she's weak. The man wants to protect her. He leaves, right? He doesn't follow his orders. She becomes a priority in his mindset, right? He may jeopardize the safety of his unit or their position in order to try and protect this woman. Ridiculous. And if he's fucking her, it's even worse. And with today's morality, these fucking women, these fucking WMs and WACs and everyone else, right? They are sucking every dick they can get their lips on. It is patently obvious why it is so negative. Yet the social engineers, and anyone who wants to say there's no social engineering program, you need to look at the facts, right? I'm not just going to throw an ad hominem attack at you. Look at the facts. It's politically motivated. So moving on from there, from the army and why women shouldn't be in it, right? The ancients knew that, right? They are not efficient fighters. They are not efficient builders. Men and women are different. We can move on to another area. That area is the Navy, right? Sailing. Well, sailing can be used for fighting purposes, as in, yeah, the Navy, but also just merchant sailors. Women were not allowed to work on vessels at sea. For the same reasons they weren't allowed in the military. They're a fucking major distraction. Like carpentry, like fighting, sailing, you needed the least number of men on a boat to perform all the necessary tasks. Right? It takes 2 women at least to replace the work of 1 man when it comes to hard, all day long physical labor. The rigors of sea life are amazingly difficult for women. But it is only in modern times with our modern technology on our mechanized ships that women can participate. Without it, they're toast. They're no good. Men saw this, men recognized it, men understood it. Right? It's hard fucking work. And it takes an intelligent mind, and like fighting in the military, being at sea with big waves, tempests, squalls, right, rough seas, it is physically demanding, and it is terrorizing to the mind to see a 40 or 50 foot wave coming at you and having to trust the hull of the ship to take the battering. Women break down, cannot do it. They cannot. As a result, they make very poor sailors. So in the Navy, yeah,